Hello, I hope you're good. I know we're going through a lot, man. As people, as humans, we go through a lot, and usually we have a role in that. We we have a part that we played in in going through a lot. The lot is usually the result of our action. Usually, that's why not always, but ownership sometimes is important to own your problems, to own your responsibility, knowing this is I contributed in doing so and so, and I contributed in my suffering in this particular way. There are things that that's way out of your control, but those things, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones that were out of your control, were off your control, of which you had control over. But even those that were out of your control, your reaction is also action. You might have reacted to something that was out of your control, but you reacted in a way. So your reaction is something that you do control. So I'm here about something like sales. Because most of the jobs that we do, I'm not talking about some people that are doing a job that doesn't require sales. Maybe if you are a doctor, you don't require those skills to sell something, especially if you don't have your own practice. But to sell basically is a way of life, because the way of life, first of all, is about it's about money. It's about making money and living a good life with your family. So, sorry about that. Fuck. Sorry about that. So, we have to sell things to people. Sometimes we sell things, like you can sell your heart to someone else. Baby, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm a loving person. I'll love you with everything I have. That is selling that girl that dream. Of course, that dream could turn to a reality if you're an authentic person, if you're real, if you're serious about her. But you could sell it just to get an advantage, like the same way you sell a stock to get a little bit of profit from it, and then you get rid of it. It's the same way people will convince you about something, and then they just want to use you for a particular time. This happens a lot to girls. You get a guy that's a good guy. He manipulates you into thinking he's a husband, but he's definitely not. Also, it happens with women as well. They pretend to be wives, but just to finesse you, just to make you give them those gifts and to pour your heart out, and breaks your heart eventually. But the purpose from the beginning was to sell you that particular dream. Whether that dream becomes a reality or not, they manage to sell you. So when you're talking about selling things that has monetary value, like selling an item, it's a different case. Unlike selling emotions, like selling love and trying to or selling friendship. You could pretend that you're somebody's friend, even if you're not, just because they got a lot of money. You could do that. Nothing can stop you from doing that. But the minute they lose the money, what happens? You leave. People do that a lot. But when it comes to sales as a job, now it's a job is something totally different from your personal life. Of course, we like people to like. If I hire someone, I want to hire someone that is a good person in their personal life and here at work, because if you're not a good person in general, in a sales job, you may not do very well because your habits, you carry them with you to the job, because there's no boundary, there's no live literal boundary between your life, your real life, and your job when it comes to sales. Because when you're at home, a client is going to call you. When you're at the beach, the client is going to call you. When you are everywhere in your house, the client is going to connect with you, communicate with you, because in their head, you're always there for them. And that should be the case. Of course, you can have boundaries and tell them, no, don't call me after this particular time. But usually the client wants to be in touch with you because you want them to make a deal with you. And if you're a good salesperson or a realtor, they would want to actually talk to you often to ask for your advice and your guidance. So the first thing for a person to be a salesperson in the sense is be a good person. Just be a good person. Then you may ask, what's a good person? It's a virtuous person, basically. Somebody that wants good for others. Yes, you want what's best for others, not just for yourself. Yes, you do want what's good for yourself, but you want what's good for humanity as a whole. You don't want to hurt people intentionally. But if people are going to be hurt by the truth that you speak, then let it be. Also, being good is being able to handle the truth, being able to speak the truth. Sometimes speaking the truth may get you in hot water, but a good person always speaks their mind, and their mind is clean. Somebody that speaks their mind and in their mind there's dirty things, then that person shouldn't speak their mind. They should think about it before they talk. But if you are someone that read books, good books, that reads the Bible, somebody that believes in God, somebody that believes in people, somebody that's always looks at facts, that uses logic, somebody that has emotional intelligence, you are definitely a good person. Of course, you want to have fun like everybody else. You're human and stuff like that. You make mistakes, but in general, people feel good talking to you because you never mistreat them and you never cheat them. To cheat people, what I was saying earlier, to sell people a dream, it's not something that we do in the sales job, because this is your job. Your income depends on these people that you are talking to, and your income will define if you actually become a millionaire one day or not. But you cannot be a millionaire deceiving people. Of course, some people can be millionaires doing that, but it does not last. It does not last. Even if it does last, it's not something, because every single day, if you do someone wrong, every single day, you still have to sleep with yourself, and you're doing something wrong. So most of people that advise you about selling, they tell you about it as if this is something that anyone can do. Just anyone can just get up and be a salesperson, But we know that a lot of salespeople have been arrested in the past. We know about, the Wolf of Wall Street, that example. That person could sell you anything, but was cheating people, defrauded people. You understand? So as much as you are good at convincing people, you are just as good as a liar. Liars are good at what they do, because they've been doing it forever. So don't lie. Be authentic. Be original. Be yourself, but improve self, so that whenever you are yourself, you're an improved version of the self that you was yesterday or the other day or last year. Always improve self. Improving self meaning you need to empower yourself through knowledge. You need to know more. Find out some more about your clients, what they want exactly. I'm in real estate. And And real estate, a lot of people want properties, but they want properties for different reasons. And usually they don't want the property that I have specifically. I have a 3-bedroom house, and somebody says, I like this house, but I wanted a 4-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom house because of my family is smaller or my family is bigger, whatever reason. So I can't sell them that particular house, even though I see it doesn't fit on maybe their budget or the family size and stuff like that. No, I can't lie to them and say, this is actually good for you, even though you have a big family. No, I will tell them straight up that, well, first of all, I'll give them an alternative. Like, okay, cool, look at this. What you can do is just a friendly advice to tell them, you can extend this house later on. This price is good and you like the house anyways. So you can actually extend it as you get comfortable living in the house. But for now, because I know the family will grow even larger in the future, so I go and show them the yard. The yard is big. It's hard to find houses with big yards like this, because the house that you're going to find, it doesn't have a big yard as this one. So that's that. So yeah, I just ran out of battery, but I've told you that I'll continue telling you some more about being a salesperson.